Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to day 6 of the cryptocurrency 30-day challenge. Continuing on with this, Bitcoin is just, it has a mental problem. Or maybe it's giving me the mental problem. It just continues to be all over the place. And, it's hitting highs in like 48 hours of 6,000, and it's hitting lows of like 5,500. It's actually below 5,500 right now at the time of recording this, which to me, those are big swings. And if you time this stuff right, you put your money in and you sell it when it's higher, and, just keep working off of this. You might be making a trade once every 2 days, but, you can do it. And that's part of this market volatility, is part of how you make your money. It's these swings that are, what make it possible for us to make money buying and selling this. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin silver. Holy cow, yeah. We're also going to, I'm going to show you Bittrex. And I've been doing some trading there, and I'm going to show you about how some calls work. We're going to look at the value of Bitcoin gold. So on the challenge stuff, I am still behind. And I'm behind by about 10%. I'm still upside down. I need the Bitcoin market to come back up. And I'm in this holding pattern. And it just really sucks. So... and I continue to think about this, about what would I do in this situation if this was, how I was investing all the time? Well, if I had another $100, which, I do, but for the challenge, I don't, I would, put in another 100 and start playing with it elsewhere. And in fact, I've been doing that. So, being stuck here hasn't stopped me from doing anything, but for the challenge purposes, I am 100% failing. And it's not a good feeling, but, got to keep all this real. This is really what things are like. So, you can lose money. It's very, very possible. And so don't think you can go into this and be a rock star and make mega millions. Because, percentage-wise, there'll be this much of you guys. So, but can you do decent if you figure all this stuff out? Yes. So, yesterday it was really great because Ethereum went up and Litecoin went up and everything, and now they're back down again. And maybe it's time to buy those again and let them go up and sell again. Again, these seem to be on a similar cycle of every couple of days, up and down, up and down. Do I know what's going to happen in the future? No. I'd be Fritch if I did. So anyway, okay, let's skip to Bitcoin silver. And so we're going to switch gears here a little bit. We'll come back to the investing portion of this. So Bitcoin silver is announced here in Bitcoin forums, Bitcoin Talk. And I just got to say that what's going on here? So we've got Bitcoin Cash, we got Bitcoin Gold, we've got SegWit X2 that's coming up, and now we've got Bitcoin Silver. Are we just running this train right along here? What's the deal? Why do we need another one? So, or is it people that are just so invested in, trying to make their own ICO, to split their coins, to do whatever, that they just can't help themselves? The rate of growth of ICOs and all this stuff is pretty insane. And part of the reason that something like this can happen is because there's no governing body over this that has control over it. Anyone, even you, could say, you know what, I'm going to do a fork of Bitcoin. And you put a bunch of resources to it and you make another coin. It is possible. So, but Is it logical? Is it good for the market? Is it good for you? What is it good for? So, in my mind, there has to be a reason that this is needed. Right now, I don't get it. I do not know why this is needed. I get why Bitcoin Gold was done, and it's part of the decentralization. And so their slogan is "Make Bitcoin decentralization again." Are they Trump fans? I don't know. So, is it? I just don't get it. It hasn't even had a chance for Bitcoin Gold to do anything yet. And so they say that they're going to fork and do all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. Man, I don't know. I can't say that I'm on board with this, but also I have zero control over it. And so how do I deal with that? I take advantage of it when it happens, if it looks like something that I should take advantage of. And if it's like Bitcoin Gold, where, Bitcoin shot up, all the altcoins shot down, and there was about a 8 to 9% spread on where like Ethereum and Litecoin and stuff went down to, and the other altcoins, some of them went way ballistic. Then when the fork is done, they come back up again. And so you bought low during the fork. You didn't have your money into Bitcoin. And, you play that rise going up and sell off again. I mean, sure, I'll go along for that ride when they do this one in December. But do I think this is necessary? No. But I'm going to take advantage of whatever I can in this market. And I don't care what's going on. There could be 100 forks and I'll do it 100 times. But I don't have any control over, this kind of stuff. So just ride the wave, Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin Gold. This is yobit.net. And so here is, let's see, let me refresh this here. This is buying and selling of Bitcoin Gold, which I didn't really know that any of it was available yet. I thought it was going to be the first before it was actually available, but people seem to be buying and selling it here. And so now this is something that I'm going to show you a little bit more of. The market here is not based off of US dollars or euros or anything. This market is based off of Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin is the currency. Bitcoin Gold is the altcoin, which you are buying and selling for Bitcoin. You got that? Okay. So here right now, if I wanted to buy some, Murloc. If I wanted to buy some, it's probably going to be at this rate right here. And now how do I know how much that is? Because in my head, I know what my dollars are and everything, but how do I know how much Bitcoin that is? Because I can't tell. I can't look at that and just know. And especially when there are sometimes so many zeros after the decimal. You miss a zero there in your calculation, and that changes things dramatically. So I end up copying and pasting it. I end up going over to some place like CoinDesk to their calculator, and I paste it in here, and I see that it's going for about 250 bucks. So, okay, it started out around 400. And so now it's 250. And, do I think that that this is, going to go any place, that this is going to make the changes that they're hoping to with, with the decentralization? I don't know. But I will put my miners on it as soon as I can. So let me show them to you. They're ready to work really hard. Yeah, see, there they are. They are ready to mine with their graphics cards and really to do a swell job for me. So, they got their hard hats on. They're all ready to go. All right, so I plan on switching my miners, or at least one of my miners, over to Bitcoin Gold as soon as that's available. And I'm going to mine a little bit of it, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. what I hope is that when this stuff becomes, widely available, that it gets good adoption and everything, and it does what they are hoping with this, which is to decentralize Bitcoin more. So, but will it? I have no clue. I don't know how it all relates back, in all honesty. So, okay. Now, I've been in the Reddit group here, which there is a link in the description for this, and it's the Bitcoin day trade group. And I just kind of stumbled into this group. I didn't really seek them out. Somebody sent me a message and said, hey, look at these guys and everything. And they seem to have something. So, I'm not, I want to be very careful in this area because they charge, so they allow you in for free to see, what's going on and do some test trades with them and everything, but they charge for their services of, making recommendations of buying and selling. You want to see what they charge for? I'm going to show you an example of it. They charge for this. Okay, so what is that? Well, I'll get back to that in just a second, but what I want to say is that and they just, to be very, very clear, I don't know anything about these guys except that the stuff that they're posting seems to be making me money, and I'm going to show you that. But it's not an endorsement of them and stuff. There's probably some laws about this because, it's people with money and stuff, and I don't want to cross any of those lines. So I just want to be really, really clear about that, I don't know who they are. The information seems to be good. So, okay. So these calls right here, they relate to stuff like this in Bittrex. There is a link in the description for Bittrex as well. And Bittrex is an exchange that is a ton of altcoins. I mean, literally a ton. I don't know how many there are in here, but there's probably at least 100. And it's just really incredible. So, there's like 5 pages of, what is this, 25, or so. I mean, it's just incredible how many different coins there are. And they spotlight different coins that are doing well or not well or whatnot. And here's your pot coins. I don't know. That's, weed symbol there. I assume that has something to do with pot. I don't know. You can make a coin for anything. So, but it's up 57%. So, does that mean that you take a look at it and you trade in it? I'll trade in anything that looks like it would be a good investment to make money. There's a lot of things you got to look at, though. There's a lot of expertise in knowing which one of these to recommend and which not to. And part of that is it's the volumes, it's the pattern of the values as they go up and down. It's what's in the news. It is all kinds of factors. And so one of the ones that was called out was Mona. And so Mona is a Japanese cryptocurrency that, from what I can tell in research, is that it is kind of like the national crypto coin. And, if Japan had to say that their crypto coin was anything, it might be Mona here. And so, maybe there's some, country pride there. Maybe there is some favoritism toward it. And maybe there is, other reasons why this is good. And so in this, you can see a pattern here that back here on the 23rd, it really started to take off, and it's doing really well. So the group that I'm in, they put out buy orders. Now this is just a sell order. The SO equals sell order. And so they're recommending selling off at 73, 80, and 95. Now, these are not dollar calls. These are Bitcoin. So, the number represents wherever the digits are, and it's really confusing sometimes, especially when some of them are really low, some of them are higher, whatnot. You just kind of base it off of whatever it says the Bitcoin thing is worth right now. And so anyway, I took advice on this when it was called out a couple of days ago, and Mona being you know, a little bit longer term trade for me. I had I don't know, 48-hour trade that I did, and I bought here. So I bought 3 of the coins, just trying this out, just, you know, playing with it, and I bought them at 0.00050704. I know, it's all Greek. But if you look at the next line here, it is, I bought it for basically 50 and I sold it for 76. And that was based off a recommendation that came out of this group. And so what is that? Is that, that's a 50% increase in value? You know, wow. Let's see here. Underneath my video here, you can see that it went from a value of 152 to 229. So that's about a 50% increase. And so I'm happy with that, you know. That was really good. And I only bought 3 coins, and a coin is worth like $3.84 or whatever. So, you know, I turned my, you know, $8 into 12 or whatnot. So, you know, it's not a huge deal. But if that was $800 I turned into $1,200, then I'd be really excited. Actually, I'm excited anyway, because it's proof that, you know, this stuff can be done. And they're calling even higher for this. So I bought in again, and I bought in again at a lower price than what I sold for. And let's see here. So I bought in at 67. After I sold for 76 and I bought in at 67, I had more buying power because I had made the profit. And then I have it set in here for just above 80 on the sell. And so I'll go 67 to 80. And so I'll make money again. And so this is kind of what this group is about. Now, they are, I mean, these guys are traders, and so one of the things I don't understand is that, you know, why share this information? Why not just keep it all to yourself and make all the money? Well, part of it might be that, you know, you want people to help influence the market as well. So that, you know, if you get a group of people together and they're all buying and it causes, you know, a jump in things, maybe that'll kickstart a trend and other people will pile on too. And then you can sell later on and such. So, but it's not all about that. I've seen a little bit of that, but it's also about, you know, reading the marketplace and making good trades. Now, you know, so if I was an expert in this, why wouldn't I just keep it to myself and make all the money for myself and not share that with anyone? Well, maybe the amount that they're charging for, you know, for this long-term mentorship or whatever, makes it worth it. So, you know, anyway, these are the coin call signs. So like LTC, is that Lumen, I think? And pot is pot. You know, they're saying buy right now on pot. Let's go look at pot. Just for the hell of it. Oh my. Okay, so here's the pot coin. And one thing I like about this is different than GDAX is I can just scroll the window here and I can see. And so right now it's at 1919. And what is it that they were recommending? This recommendation is a little old, but let's see. What are they recommending to sell? 42 to 50. Holy shit. You know, and I don't know everything about how they come up with the values. I know that they read the patterns and that they, you know, there's math involved and then also, you know, like there was some talk that, Snoop Dogg was going to be endorsing the pot coin or whatever, and that if that happened, it's going to get a whole bunch of attention, a whole bunch of people are going to buy, and it may skyrocket and stuff like that. And that's true. So that's part of reading the market, is that, maybe something like that is going to happen, and it's going to skyrocket. And if you're in the know on this beforehand, it's not insider trading, but it definitely, you want to take advantage of that information. If you were involved in whatever company is doing Potcoin and you took advantage of it, well, I don't know, is that insider trading? I don't know. But, you use whatever information you have to your advantage and do something with it. So now I don't have anything currently available to buy Potcoin. So I'm not in it at the moment. And even though it's centralized around a drug, how do I feel about supporting that? Well, pot is legal in some states and in some countries, not legal in others. I don't know its status in Florida. I probably would if I smoked it, but I don't. So anyway, but this is cryptocurrency that I assume is used for some things, and who knows, maybe because it's called pot that a lot of the dispensaries and pot shops and the places where it's legal are going to want to start taking this, and because it's relevant to them, which would cause the value to go up because it's relevant to them. So that's a really good example of how a coin can be focused. So anyway, I am waiting at this point. I have the stuff that says reserves here. I have these waiting to be sold. I also dumped in a bunch of my Zcash, and which I sent it over from my mining, and because that's what I've been mining, and we'll get into mining more later. But that's what I've been mining. And so, and all of these are, they got percentages here. It was interesting yesterday, all of them were up. But Monocoin has continued to stay up, and even though it had like 50%, up yesterday, it's another 20% today. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, so overall, this is where the market's at. I think that as I continue through learning this stuff better and everything, I will probably end up doing more trading on Bittrex and everything. For the challenge, I'm still waiting. I'm in GDAX, and I am still waiting for, for a conversion, or for this to go up so that I can start playing with some other stuff, buying and selling. And I really want to try and make good decisions. So far, it's gotten me locked in here, and I'm not willing to like sell off what I've got and take another loss. I'm taking the, I think, logical approach and waiting for the coin to go back up, but I don't know when that's going to be. So I'm not going to get all freaked out and everything and just sell off and then buy other stuff and get stuck in that or whatnot. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hold. And I know it's boring for this video content, but it's reality. So that is what I'm doing. Okay, so as usual, there are links in the description. We got our Discord where we're talking a bunch in there. There's a link to the Reddit, to this group, this day trading cryptocurrency group that I've found. You can participate there if you want. Certainly check them out. One thing is, though, is that they're operating on a level that is larger than this $100, and they're operating in other areas that have been that are outside of what we've talked about so far for the challenge. But you can put your money anywhere. If you're in the challenge, you can put your money anywhere. So you can move it over to Bittrex, you can go over to Yobit, you can go wherever. It doesn't matter. It's just about, tracking your success or failure daily and seeing where you end up. So there we have it. And I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Please do post your comments and, let me know how you're doing, winning or losing. I want to hear about it. And I will see you all tomorrow.